broke my 6mm needle cord, but I have my Saturday morning sweater on.
Oh,
That's what I was like. It's bedtime.
yeah, I read that one. I'm like,
stitches.
oh,
I'm done.
yeah, we're done today.
So, welcome to the Northern Knits podcast. We are two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
I think it's episode 234. I legit asked like 2 minutes ago, guys.
Yeah, like really, it was 2 minutes ago. You are correct. It is 2:34.
Oh, good. I currently call Winnipeg, Manitoba home, and Diana currently calls Waterloo, Ontario home. Yep, this bodes well. It's Sunday. It's late. I've done 3 days of Fibre Festival. I'm going to drink my tea, and Diana can tell you what we're going to do today because I don't know anymore.
Well, I never actually know what we're going to do today, but, I know what I've written down that is the plan for what we're going to do today.
Okay, that's fair. Look,
It's about the best anyone can do.
My hot beverage conveyance. Ooh.
Yay! I'm really glad everything's getting where it's going in one piece. There's an internal fear of mine that somebody's going to order a mug and it'll just come with the handle cracked off and they'll be like, oh no, now I need to learn how to do returns.
It'll happen at some point because it
will.
The
I know
of things, but we'll figure it out when it happens.
Sometime in the future.
Yeah. Sorry to the person we have to deal with while we learn that. Our apologies in advance.
I am not a merchant. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning. Okay. The plan this week is what's in our cup, cool threads, woolly workings, wool gathering, and literature. Was there a yarn on the go? I don't remember if there was supposed to be that segment.
Sure, we'll say yes, because I took stuff knitting with me, so technically there was a yarn on the go.
Oh my god, yarn sort of on the go.
Wrapped up with the Fibre Festival stuff.
Okay.
Sort of all wrapped
yarn on the go. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to make a new heading in the show notes. Because I just copied last week's show notes and changed the bits. And we've had very consistent segment titles for the last, year and a half.
All I heard was Jocelyn do something different. So that's all I heard in that statement. Okay. Fine.
No, keep doing the same thing because then I can copy and paste between weeks.
Some new segments. I gotcha. Change it up a little. Okay.
Oh no. You'll add like 7 extra seconds to the process of show notes.
Worst human ever. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Well, in my fancy Northern Knit swag mug, which I now have, it came in the mail.
I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
I chose the banner because I already have one with our logo on it. So I chose the fancy banner. It was designed by Mr. B, mysterious Mr. B. Very excited with it. I have some lemon ginger tea because I have been talking nonstop for 9 hours a day for the last 3 days with real life people. My throat's sore. I'm a smidge tired.
I did something the other day where I was like, I think I ran a meeting. So I was like talking for like an hour, like 1 hour. Mm-hmm. And my throat was so tired after from talking for 1 hour.
Oh man. Okay. So before we travel and do conventions for knitting next year,
I need to do like vocal exercises.
Training before we go.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be days of talking.
I know. It was like embarrassing. It was like getting winded from walking around the block. It was like, oh my God, where is my throat? It has evaporated.
It has evaporated. That would be bad.
I don't know. That's what throats do, right? They evaporate?
No. As a rule of thumb, throats don't evaporate. That would be bad. You kind of need those.
Anyway, I guess I should talk about what I'm drinking.
Yeah.
I wanted caffeine, but it is too late at night for caffeine. And there was an open bottle of wine still from last night. So I have homemade wine. I'm sure that's going to make everything better. Everything will go so smoothly.
I'm exhausted. Klutzy, so I've injured myself, and you've had wine and it's after 8 on a Sunday. I am so sorry, future Jocelyn. I am so sorry, editing Jocelyn. Just I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Welcome to the dumpster fire.
Oh my gosh.
That is a Sunday night recording.
I don't want to put it off till tomorrow because I'm going to be in even worse shape tomorrow. I'm not going to want to talk at all.
It's totally fine. They
Cool.
just have to deal with it.
Cool. Yeah, sure. That's how that's going to work. I get you. All right. Well, now that we know what we're drinking, suppose we should talk cool threads. Cool threads?
Yeah, this is all you. You wore your cool threads this week.
Well, before today, which was 28 degrees Celsius, we had reasonable fall days. Like it was 15 on Friday, like a nice fall knit day. That 12 to 15 range. And then Saturday it got up to like 21 to 24. So like warm, but not like excessively warm.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, today was 28.
We stole your 21 today. It was gorgeous and perfect today. We went for a walk.
Boo, Earth. That's okay. Maybe that 28's coming your way now. So for the Manitoba Fibre Festival, I was like, it's a fibre festival. I should wear my knits.
Yeah.
That's
totally how this works.
Right place. That is the right place to wear those things. So on the cooler day, which was the Friday, I wore my Simple Hug and my Find Your Fade shawl. Was that on the? No, I wore the Simple Hug and the Endless Summer Adventures shawl pattern that I designed on the Friday, because for whatever reason the colors just worked. They were all super bright, cheerful colors, so they just kind of went together.
Nice.
And then Saturday I wore my Mallow cardigan, which is that DK blue vintage that I got. Who did I get that DK from? Barocco, with that big lace panel in the back.
Oh yeah.
So I wore that with my Find Your Fade because it's got a much more muted color palette to it. And then today I didn't wear knits because it was
it is too hot.
It's too warm for me to wear knits today. So not today, but I did wear some knits out in public with real life people.
What are real life people? Are you a real life people? I don't know
yesterday.
Anymore.
You saw people yesterday. Don't even with me.
I meant like stranger people.
Yeah, I wasn't like, I don't stress about it too much. So you're either vaccinated or you're not. You either wear your mask or you're not, and that's your choice. I'm vaccinated. I wear my mask. I use the hand sanitizer, and I keep distance from people because I'm respectful of their right to make those decisions and live life safely. But I'm not going to stress about people who are going to choose differently. Like I don't have any control over it. So like don't lick me and it's fine. Just don't be close enough to lick me. You're not close enough to lick me. It's fine. So that's sort of like how I'm sort of coming down to it. Just like what I'll get excited if you're vaccinated. Yeah, I think people should be vaccinated, but I know I don't have the right to tell you what to do because I don't. Super don't. And I think masks should just be a thing. Because man, it was nice not to have colds or flus last winter. And yes, while staying home all the time certainly helped.
Yeah, I haven't been actually sick.
Yeah, it's just been nice to not be ill.
Oh gosh, since like the beginning of March 2020, I had a cold, and that was the last time I was sick.
Isn't it nice? You're just like,
it was really nice. That has been a legitimate positive of all of this, as I have not been sick.
It's been a perk. It's not a good reason for that to have been a perk, but here we are.
No, this is me trying to claw something positive out of a whole lot of negative.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. So
there was this one tiny good thing. There's a whole lot of bad stuff, but there was one tiny good thing.
Two tiny good things. Two silver linings to this very not silvery cloud. People have stopped touching me to try to take me places without asking me if I actually want to go.
Oh, that's a very big thing.
That is a serious silver lining, people. Super stoked about that. I know everybody who listens and watches, they know my disability soapbox rants. Y'all know about them. You know where I'm going. You ask, don't touch, ask. Don't just assume. Don't assume. And don't ask weird medical questions. We don't want to answer them. It's none of your business.
Oh my gosh, right? Like my medical history is mine, thank you.
It's so not your business. I love you, but it's not your business. Unless we're going somewhere and you're my friend and you're picking me up, then I'll tell you what test I was having done because you will find it weird and gross and ugh, and get joy out of it. So it's fine. Why are you extra blind today, Jocelyn? Well, let me tell you what I did today.
It was so fun.
Uh-huh. Please note sarcasm. All right. Well, if you don't have any cool threads, I suppose that means what's the section where we talk about what we're working on? It's got a title.
Workings.
There you go. It's something workings. I couldn't remember.
That segments that we do every week because that's like kind of the entire point of the podcast.
I remembered workings. Does that count?
The workings that we do with the wool.
Yeah, that thing.
The workings of the wool.
The workings of the wool. I might actually remember now that I've said it backwards, which makes no sense, but there you go. Here we are.
I believe you have, well, we both have secret things that we can't talk about, but of the things that we can talk about, I believe you have one more thing than I do.
This is not unusual.
It's Advent crafting season.
It is Advent crafting season, and we really can't because we share craft calendars with other members in the Patreon who absolutely watch the podcast.
Oh, they definitely do. So we can't talk about those.
No spoilers. No spoilers. That's not how that's going to work. All right. I should start first. I suppose I could start with what I was working on as my yarn on the go, couldn't I?
That would be a good place to start, I think.
Totally thing I could do. But I'm mid-row on a thing. Thing.
Well, pause your row.
Do I gotta go?
It's your turn to talk about the things.
But I'm working. Okay. All right, so in the Erin Lane sock sack, I took a sock with me as my on-the-go knitting because I was actually going to be places where I could have knitting on the go. Why wouldn't I? I took
madness, utter madness.
Utter madness. I took the trusty red-breasted nuthatch sock, which, because I put the sock in the sock sack bag, is now stuck around the cord of the needle. Why? I don't know. Does it happen every time? Yes. Do I know how I do it? No.
I don't know how it happens either. If I do it with my sock, I don't even have like a bag that I put it in and out of. If I move it to different points on my desk,
it gets wrapped around.
Because it sits in the yarn bowl when I'm not working on it, which is in the far corner of my desk under my monitor. But then if I like pick it up and then put it down next to my keyboard so I can work on it like during a meeting or something, then suddenly it's tangled.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't know how. It's
over
mystical.
Ourselves. How in the world should I even get this to happen? We weren't just
it's a superpower.
Around. We were tangled around the cord and around ourselves.
That's special.
No, that's one way to phrase it. It's not the wordage I would choose. But your wordage sounds better. Let's use those words. Oh, I did make some progress. I made it past my heel. That's right. I worked on a heel while at a fiber festival.
Nice.
So I am now at super awkward, just past heel hole in sock stage.
It might almost be a sock.
It might almost be a sock. In a few more rounds, I'll start to develop a little ankle-y thing here. But it's at that point where it's not high enough yet. So it just looks like you have like a random weird, you know, those change coin pocket things like your grandma used to give you?
Yeah, and it's got the little snappy
thing
shut.
That closes up.
Yeah.
That's what this looks like. That's the stage we're at.
It does. You're right.
That's the stage we're at. So I'm hoping to get past that stage and have a foot done soon. So I have a sock done. So because I was on the go and at a fiber festival, did the only heel I can remember off the top of my head, the mock short row heel.
Good reason to choose a heel.
Turns out I could also do while not really looking at my knitting, because I was doing it outside. So I had my sunglasses on, sunglasses off. There was sun, there was shade, there was wind, there was like no steady light source. So we did a heel successfully. Go me. Super happy. Well, I also had like several inches to get up to, like I still had like 3 or 4 inches to get up to to get my foot finished. So I am now officially working on the leg of my sock, which is exciting. They're being done on my Chow Goo red lace 2.25 millimeter needle. I got 4 millimeter needle on the brain. And this is one of Erin's, who is Fireweed Fiber Co's sock club colorways. Hey. Guys, I hurt myself on the way home, so I ordered fast food. My face really hurts. Oh, I called my
love that you
mom.
made it through an entire fiber festival and it was like 30 seconds before you got home.
30 seconds from my front door. I called my mom and said, I'm ordering food. And you were saying it's okay. She's like, oh, there's a story there. I'm like, yes, there is. She's like, okay, tell me while you order food. I'm like, all right. I did. No sympathy. I did it to myself, people. Big old klutz.
It's a little funny. Like, I'm really sorry your face hurts, but it's a little bit funny.
It's hilarious, is what it is. I absolutely looked like a cartoon figure, I suspect. So, whatever. It's fine. I never needed an ego about myself anyway. I gotta keep that in check at all times.
I mean, it's an effective way to do it.
What happens if Mr. B makes it here on Wednesday to drop off the repaired jack, right? I'm still going to be kind of bruised. He's going to panic. Uh-oh. I hope it doesn't bruise that badly. That would be bad. Oh, goodness. But if I only had one extra project, that means you're up. I can go back to the thing. I'm halfway done.
You can indeed. And thank you for allowing me to finish the round on the thing that I'm currently working on.
You didn't let me finish my round.
No. No, I didn't, because I'm mean like that.
Rude.
I am the worst. Okay. So the thing that I'm working on while we are recording is the Diana sock, which has a lovely lace panel right down the front. So I have to keep looking down every other row to see what I'm doing, because I cannot knit lace without looking at it. I can knit stockinette and ribbing and reverse stockinette. I can knit and purl in any combination. I cannot do increases and decreases and yarn overs without looking.
That's fair. I feel like it's a perfectly legitimate thing to have to look at.
Anyway, so I believe, so we recorded twice last week. So I don't remember exactly where I was. Because I think the first time we recorded, I was finished the heel, but I'd done it wrong. I'd done too many rounds of increases. And then I think by the second time we recorded, I had fixed that.
Yes. You hadn't worked on any leg part of the sock, or the foot part, I should say. So the foot part's all new. Yeah.
So this is a completed flap and gusset heel. Look at that with the proper number of decreases. Ta-da! Look at me go. Oh my gosh. I felt so incompetent when I realized what I had done, that I'd done like 12 extra rounds of decreasing.
It's a lot of extra decreasing.
No, it was 6 rounds of decreasing, but you do it every other row. So it was 12 rounds of knitting. And because it's like decreases, you can't just fudge that, because there's
decrease
gonna
marks.
Be the wrong amount of yarn to try and drop down and just fix it. Like if it's 1 or 2 like increases, decreases, you can fudge it and it'll mostly come out in blocking.
Yes.
You can't fudge 12 stitches.
No.
That's too many stitches.
That's too many.
I felt so incompetent. Anyway, so that's coming along very nicely now and is going even quicker now that it's just stockinette across the bottom of the foot, because, you know, lovely as this cable down the back of the leg is, it is not something you probably want to walk on. So that does not extend down the foot.
I'd imagine it could cause people some problems. I'll throw that out there.
I suppose I'm sort of guesstimating, but I guess I'm about halfway down the foot ish.
I don't know.
I haven't tried it on my foot recently.
Okay. Like our scientific measurements for you and me for our own socks, you're like, put it on, see if it fits.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the foot it's got to fit. So if you've got the thing it ultimately has to fit. Why not? Anyway, this is the Purple Finch from Fireweed Fiber Co., the January colorway from the Sock Club this year,
Yeah.
with the amazing contrast color that I believe you have a whole something. You're making something in.
I have a sweater quantity worth because I'm
Thank
making
you.
the rosette sweater, but I'm using the
That's the thing I'm thinking of.
I'm using the Finch colorway as the color work, and then I'm using the contrast, which became Pinot Noir, as the body color for the sweater. Yeah.
Yes,
It's caked up, ready to go. I just need time to cast it on.
So, Sock the First is coming along very nicely. I'm very excited about it. I'm gonna try to have a pair of socks done by the end of September for our own sock knit along.
Sure, that'll make 2 pairs.
It will, but I don't know if I'm going to. I have 2 more weeks, so
if you stay steady and that's your primary project, yeah, you should. It's an achievable goal. It's not like it's day
maybe.
We're not like we're 3 days from the end of the month and you got like a whole sock.
No,
which
like
we've proven we can do.
It's doable. It just kind of depends how dedicated I am to it versus other things that have like more real deadlines.
Yes.
Because these are just for me, and I can't enter our sock along anyway for prizing because it's ours. So like it really doesn't matter if I finish these by the end of September. I'm gonna try, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't really matter.
Okay. I was like, you really can't.
Like it really doesn't matter. There are other things that like advent calendar things that actually need to be done by a date.
Yes. Yeah, I know I'm sitting pretty hardcore one of those dates too. I'm like, oh my God, gotta get going. Gotta get some stuff finished.
I was having some like constant low level anxiety the last few days, and then I finally like sat down. I'm like trying to identify things that are making me feel anxious, and like, okay, that advent calendar's been hovering over my head for a while. So I like sat down and like wrote out 3 pages of like ideas and planning and stuff, and then I'm like, oh, it's this.
Yes.
This is the anxiety. So I started crafting today. I don't have like the whole plan worked out, but I started the crafting today and I'm feeling a lot better. Like, go figure. Whoa.
Working on reducing the size of the project that's going, must be done.
Turns out when there's a deadline looming, if you start working towards the deadline, you feel less anxious. Who knew?
It's
mind-blowing.
Oh my word.
Oh, it's so mind-blowing. I keep punching the microphone. Oh gosh.
Yeah, your punch microphone day today.
It really is. Well, it's there. Okay, let's just put it over there.
Let's continue on the Fireweed Fiber Co trend. I am still working on my sample knit for Erin. I am over halfway done my stripe section. I'm about 2 days behind my schedule. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to work on this during the Fiber Festival or not, and the lighting was too it fluctuated too much to work on the mohair. So this has got to be my priority for the next few days, so I can get back on track. I'm like 3 rows, like I'm 3 stripes behind, so like I'm not super far behind, but I am behind.
And that's only
where
like
I want to be.
6 rows or something.
Each the mohair stripe is 1 and the purple stripe is 2. So yeah,
okay.
4 rows, 4
That's
rows
not so bad.
like that. So it's not too bad. But we are decidedly at the end of the cord length stretched out, which means we are getting closer. We're getting like, look how sheer that mohair is.
I like that a lot. I think this is going to showcase the mohair so well.
So pretty. I still hate mohair, but this is so pretty. So pretty. So super excited to be continuing my work on that. It'll be my focus for the next few days while I'm doing stuff so that I could just get done. So by next Sunday, whatever you guys see, I have to finish and it goes to Knit City. So here's hoping I'm at bind off. So I'd like to show you guys a finished shawl next week. So it's not too bad. Because I'm there, and once I get into those lace rows, I will hate to stop before I've finished a pattern repeat, which means that lace section is going to grow fast.
Yeah,
so I'm not,
because you got to do just 1 more row.
I got to do, and then if you do 1 more row, you committed to another repeat, so you see how that works for me. So it's not too bad. But for the Winter on My Mind, which is a Melanie Berg pattern, I'm using some Pinot Noir in fingering, and Magnolia in the mohair from Fireweed Fabric Co. That's what I need. All right. That is project the second for me. You are up, my dear.
Okay, if I yammer nonsensically for like 4 more stitches, I will be at a very good point to put this sock down. So if you will just bear with me for but one moment,
you know what
I
I forgot to put
will
in this
not
lemon
risk
ginger
dropping
tea?
stitches.
I
What?
forgot to put a little bit of honey in this lemon ginger tea. Then I could have had honey lemon ginger tea. What was I
Oh,
thinking?
that would have been nice. Okay, gonna not pull on the wrong string of the magic loop.
Could have coated my
They
throat.
don't like. Okay. Yes, this thing.
Yes, this thing.
This thing. Like I put this down. What was I about to do? Like a thought fell out of my head. Okay. So the thing that I have been enjoying knitting on thoroughly, when I can devote my full eyeballs to what I'm doing, is working on this fingering weight colorwork mitten. Let's pull on the strings a little bit. There we go. So this is not the most ideal angle to be showing things off, because this is the beginning of the round, which means this is the like back of the hand and this half is the front of the hand. So it's not the most ideal angle, but we'll just deal with it. You can't really tell what the overall picture is yet anyway. Anyway, you can see all the little feet across the bottom, and then I've got another row of feet here, and I finally found where the missing stitch was. And so now, because I think the last time we talked about it, I was just above the first row of feet, or maybe like a little bit into the next row of feet.
You'd figured out where your missing stitch was and you were ready to get going again. Yeah.
So we have finished the second row of feet, and these doodads here are the bottom of the word Hogwarts.
Doodads?
These doodads.
Okay.
Yeah,
I understand what you mean.
like,
it's the technical term.
Yeah. So I think this is like a W over here, and then there's like you can actually see the S now, the S of Hogwarts, and then this is a T, so you can actually see that now. And then on the palm of that hand is a scene with the spider whose name is Aragog, I believe, and the Whomping Willow.
Yes.
So this is like the shadowy ground under the tree.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like anything yet, but there's feet and an S. There's feet and an S, and I'm really excited about it. I am getting so good at managing my floats. I'm really excited I'm really excited about my float management. And this is the only place I can nerd out about my float management. But look at my float management. Look at that. Because this actually really good. It actually looks really neat and tidy.
Yeah, those jacquard floats are amazing. Are absolutely amazing. They're so good. So good.
Like, I'm just, for such an irregular chart, my floats actually look really good on the inside. Because this is a completely irregular chart.
Yeah.
It is an extra layer to figure out where all the floats should go. And like, I've done so many stitches and I should wrap it here, except I'm about to change colors. So like, maybe I should actually wrap it a stitch earlier or a stitch later. And there's like, float management is this whole other puzzle game on an irregular chart like this this pattern, for the record, gives zero indication of how you should manage your floats. That is entirely up to you. This is an advanced knitter pattern.
No hand holding?
No hand holding. It's also in Swedish with like pretty okay English. It's got pretty okay English.
Oh dear. It's got a chart and it's got numbers. You're fine.
Yeah, like the English is good enough that it was like cast on this many stitches. Yeah. And then do these charts in this order. And it's like, that's really all I need. But yeah, this is an advanced pattern. So these are the pattern is just called HP. And it is by, what does that even say? Knitting Lotta.
I don't know why you're asking
knitting
me.
Yeah.
I can't see what you're reading.
I found a font I can read. It's Knitting Lotta.
Okay.
Knitting Lotta.
Sure.
Anyway. But it's yeah. We
You've seen some
make
of the
that
words I bring you to pronounce. I'm not going to judge.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm right about there on that mitten. I got a lot of mitten to go.
There's so much mitten and you've got to make 3 more.
I know.
Oh, dude.
But I figured out my system for float management now, and you know, I've like answered all of the unknowns so far. So like the other ones should go faster, right?
Yeah, as you do it, it should in theory get faster, yeah. Because you're more comfortable with it, you know what you're doing more.
I'm wondering if after I finish this mitten, I should do the exact same mitten in the other colors, since I need 2 pairs just in different colors. If I should just do the same charts again with the other colors.
Then you don't have to worry about what when you're working on left or right. You do both rights, you do both lefts.
Maybe I'll do that. That might be a thing.
It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
I think I forgot to say who my sock was by.
You did.
I think I forgot to do that. I'm a terrible podcaster. Okay, backtracking for a second. The Diana sock was designed for me by the amazing Nikki Knits.
Just gonna come hunt you down and hit you with a Nerf gun.
I'm sorry, Nicole. I'm sorry. I am the worst podcaster.
Your husband just gets a message.
Nikki Knits designed us both socks.
It's and Jocelyn. Can socks. You go shoot your wife in the head? Say it's from Nikki. Thanks.
Gosh.
He has a Nerf gun, guys. He's a Nerf gun.
Yeah, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so go check out all her super cute sock patterns.
I don't know about you, man.
Yeah.
It's late Sunday recording. All sorts of weird.
Yeah, happens. that's yeah. And then back to the Harry Potter mittens for a second. Doing this out of line brand Wool Like.
Yep.
Which is very thin. This yarn lacks any sort of structure. It is just soft and slippery and floopy. And so I'm really freaking proud of my float management with this yarn that has no structure of its own whatsoever. And the fact that I've managed to not drop any stitches of this super slippery yarn on metal needles. So there.
Which is seriously impressive.
So like, I don't even care if you actually can't really even see it on camera. This bit here is a little bit lumpy. And I do not care. It's on the side of the mitten. I am proud of how not lumpy it is considering how unstructured the yarn is. Also, it's for a kid. He's not going to care.
No.
He really will not care.
They will not notice.
So. It's fine.
You should have seen this super adorable little girl today.
Tell me more.
It's called sparkly sock yarn. Which is exactly what it sounds like.
I already love it.
And like we talking, but not really louder than like what mom can hear, and face masks don't help, and like maybe my knees to the ground. Like she didn't hit hips. Like we're between knee and hip height for Jocelyn.
Oh, so little. Okay, speed bump.
Little person, and she was picking her sock yarn. So she was pulling out the sock yarn and looking at it really hard, and then we had to put it down because mom says we got to look around, and then we came back and we had to pick it up again. And she had this little tiny hat with like the weavy brim on it and everything, and we play shy at that age, right? So she was like, give it to your mom. Mom's like, well, we got to pay. And she looks again, and Aaron's like, well, I can take it and then we can pay for it. She's hands it to Aaron. You're the cutest kid ever. I was like, you're adorable, girl. We're like, did you pick the right? Yeah, well, we had the right sparkle. Good. Gotta have the right sparkle for sparkle socks. This is important, people.
It's very important.
Yeah, it was a serious decision. It took us a while.
I understand completely. I was like, it is a big decision.
I don't want kids in my ovaries were doing funny things. It was just an awe moment. And I'm very into the I'm not interested in having kids stage. And I went, you're so cute. Sorry, you're talking about little kids and how they're not going to care. It just reminded me of a little girl. That was
we always have time for adorable child stories.
That was a highlight today. It wasn't the only highlight, but it was a highlight. Yeah. All right.
Oh,
I suppose I should talk about my fingerless mittens. So because the amazing Jocelyn bought, not me guys, The other Jocelyn brought me some of her hand spun to make something with as a belated birthday present. And she knows I knit, and I'm not really that big into spinning. I decided to make some fingerless mittens. I have just started the color work, just the very tippy top.
I'll take your word for it. I'm sorry, I can't really see it.
You really can't, because it's the pattern starts off really light and then it gets heavier into the color work, so it flows into the flower shapes. So
Okay.
until I'm about halfway up and we're heavy into it, they're little dashes, they look like potentially slip stitches. Like we're just at that bottom. It's like when you're starting that, when you showed us the first time, maybe there could have been a foot there, like
There might maybe be a foot.
there might maybe half a foot. We're at that stage right now, so
Fair.
not a lot to show you guys. I'm not doing fancy jacquard, so you can see it on the inside because you can see the floats. But I have finally started the color work for it. I haven't had a ton of time this weekend because usually I do my work knitting and my secret knitting during the week, and then my Thursday night, Friday night, and my Saturday is all knitting for the podcast. That way I can keep it separate. So weirdly enough, I was really only in the mood to do like 4 rows on Friday. Not in the mood to do any at all yesterday. And not doing any today. Weird, yeah. I know, but I am using these 2 colors of yarn. I'm using this dark gray from Biggs and Little, and then I'm using this beautiful variegated skein from Jocelyn. It's not going to be a super bold colorwork pattern, guys. It's going to be really nice, kind of muted knits. Why? Because I want to wear it with my cobalt blue jacket.
Okay, yeah,
so
that's a bit of a statement jacket.
It's a bit of a statement jacket, so the mitts and other things have to be a little less. Hey, we were talking levels of rainbow today.
Levels of rainbow?
Well, there's rainbow. And then there's rainbow,
I do know the difference, actually. Yeah, I understand.
And what level of rainbow do you want for a sample knit for a booth? Like, do you want rainbow? Or do you want something a little more rainbow? Like, do you want the nice top and clothing, or do you want the catwalk? Like, what level of rainbow are we doing here? So we were talking about it today with Sandra from the Enchanted Grove, because in her Surrey silk, her fingering Surrey silk that she's got, she dyed the rainbow. And her red, Diana, her red. It's not off red. It's not kind of red. It's not pinky red. It is poinsettia Christmas red. It is red like that. She nailed red. I'm like, well, when the red mood strikes me, I'm calling you. And she's like,
yeah,
you do that,
really?
Jocelyn.
Wow.
I'm like, I want some of that. Now I need to find a Surrey lace weight silk pattern that I need to make in red.
Something lacy, maybe?
Of course I do. Of course I do. There's a lot out there. I just got to find something that appeals to me that I want to have in red. So it'll happen. Don't worry, guys. I know the dyer. I even know the alpaca.
I love when you say, like, I know the animal that the fiber came from.
She's an alpaca farmer, so like they're all her alpacas. So like you know the alpaca because she shows you pictures.
I believe we're out of things.
We're fine. We're out of things. Okay, Mike. I only have 3 things in front of me to talk about. I only gave you 3, right? I don't remember. It's not that I don't want to talk about the dragon MCal mitts. I just don't, or socks. I just don't know where I've put them. I put them down somewhere and I don't know where they are. So until they're
in a safe place.
Yes, they are. I just don't know where that safe place is. So I got to find it because the next clue's out and I got to get it going on it. So whatever. It's fine. It's fine. All right. What is that? What are we on to then?
We're on to Yarn on the Go, though I guess you've kind of already talked about that.
Guys, I was at Manitoba Fibre Festival. I did a lot of sock knitting. When I had downtime, that's what I was doing.
Sounds like such a great weekend. Just Just talk fiber and knit all weekend.
Oh yeah,
and then sell yarn and yeah.
I crocheted 2 Granny Square samples for Erin. Literally 3
Nice.
rounds. 3 rounds on an 8mm hook. So that was
that's like nothing.
10 minutes. Can you do these for me? Yeah, sure. Whoosh, done. There you go. Poof. Now you know what that looks like crocheted. Ta-da! Crochet is so fast. I love it so much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, if we're done that, that means we're on to wool gathering.
Wool gathering. Oh no, it's time for the trash fire that is the unscripted Patreon ad. Which apparently is what most of you show up for. I don't know. I don't understand it, but sure.
It gets positive reviews. It gets positive reviews.
So if for some reason you want to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/Northern Knits Podcast.
Or the Shopify store, because we have merch.
Yes, we do have a Shopify store that is the super professional URL of northernknitspodcast.myshopify.com. I'm working on changing that. It's fiddly and I haven't had the brain cells for it. I'm sorry.
It's
it looks a little unprofessional right now. I apologize. That is linked in the show notes. It's in the description box. It's in the footer of the show notes. We have a merch store. We have a merch store.
The pillow.
I actually use this pillow a lot. Like I thought.
I'm super excited for my pillow to show up.
Oh, I mostly I made the merch store because I wanted the things, but I'm delighted that other people want the things. It's very validating that other people want the things that I've designed.
I want my backpack and my hoodie so bad. And my face mask. Like I won't wear all 3 at the same time. That's a little excessive even for me, but I want them. I want them. I know they're coming. That's fine. Oh wait, I'm sorry.
They will get there.
I interrupted your Patreon speech because I wanted to mention.
Oh yeah. We're off the rails now. Support at any tier gets you some things. Access to the Discord server. Gets you access to the Discord server. I'm not going to look at you. Where we are active at all hours of the day and the night because time zones, and we span many of them. Time zones exist, and we span many of them.
We do. It's good because I get up and then I can see what other people's days have been like, and then when they get up, they get to see what my day's been like. So it's like having a long distance pen pal, only faster because it's not mail. It's so lovely. It's so nice, and I can see what people are doing for food and sewing, and because we have all their threads, right? Books that we're reading and projects we're working on, and if we need help, we all call on Sherry because Sherry rescues us. If we need to be reminded we're supposed to be doing something, Asa's mom, like we.
And then the rest of us are just enablers. Like, I found this pretty thing. Should I cast it on? Yes.
Guys, it's a row of all of us going, absolutely.
Do it. Do it.
Thanks for justifying. But no, it's good. It's a wonderful little community, and I like that it's growing and people are getting in and joining. It's scary when you first start talking because it's a big thread.
Oh, man, I don't even catch up every day. When I wake up and it's like, you have 28 unread messages, and I'm like, I'm only going back an hour. That's it. An hour should give me enough context for this conversation.
I draw the line at 50. You have 50 new messages. I'm not reading all those. Let's just do a thumb scroll and start here. If I've missed something, someone will poke me about it. It's fine.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
What else? There's early access to bonus content. There are bi-weekly Experimental Tuesday blog posts, which are usually food related. And at the higher tiers of support, there is the monthly knit in, which is basically a knit club. We all hang out on Zoom, and then we get to see what you're knitting on, which is great. It's your podcast, not ours. We get to sit back because everybody already knows what we're working on. Haha.
It's nice. It's good. It's knit club.
Yeah.
It's just super safe for everybody's health knit club.
And also super safe for all the time zones knit club.
Yes, we picked the friendliest time zone we could for it.
Sorry if you live in Australia.
That would be bad time zoning. No, it wouldn't be too bad.
If you live in Australia, I hope you're a night owl. Otherwise,
yeah, because Australia is close to like Japan,
work.
which is like opposite. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like a solid 12,
weird.
13 hours.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but there is no one time zone that works for all time zones.
Oh gosh, no. But so those happen at noon on the second last Saturday of the month. Mm-hmm. The next one of those is going to be on October the 23rd.
It is. Should be a good one.
Yep.
Should be a good one.
I mean, they're always good, but yes.
Well, it's because
we'll get to talk about all the Halloween stuff.
And all the holiday crafting for Christmas will have started for a lot of people.
Oh my gosh,
so,
yes.
Yeah. Should be
depending
should be good.
Depending who shows up, I might be able to show off some of the secret knitting.
Mm-hmm. Depending.
If my giftee shows up, I can't.
Oh, that's fine. It's a thing. That's good. Good. As always, we super understand if budgets are a thing. Liking, commenting, subscribing to us here on YouTube, follow us on Instagram with the pictures is a great way to help build and also grow the community and participate along with us. We also do have a Facebook group if you like to and prefer to use Facebook and don't like Instagram. You are absolutely more than welcome to come join us there and share with us what you're working on and what's happening with your week. These are things we like to know. I enjoy seeing the posts and seeing what other people are doing. Diana is a professional lurker. I try to comment on as much as I can.
I am the worst for I consume the content and privately appreciate it and then do absolutely nothing externally to my brain. I appreciate it in my brain.
That's fair. I do it a fair bit too with a lot of Instagram posts and stuff, but I'm trying to get better about it because it's just a habit. So I'm trying to train the habit. So we'll see how we do. All right. So we have 2 cows running at the moment, which is great because boy, 3 was a bit much. We are in our last month for the hashtag NKP Summer Sock Along. It is the last month to get your finished pairs of socks in for prize entry. Our prizes are almost always e-knit patterns, and that's just for ease of everything, including the fact it takes me forever to even send those out. So that's a thing.
It's important to recognize our own limitations.
It's because I'm always shocked and surprised when I win things because I forget to enter 98% of the time. And it's random draw. So when do I win the 2% of the time I actually enter? Like never, right? And it's not why I enter contests. It's not why I participate in things. So I just forget it's a thing. Guys, it's on me. It's entirely on me. Also reminds me she's doing a great job as a moderator. It's all me. It's all me. It's fine. I am completely to blame for these things. So we've got that going on. Thankfully, Nikki Knits has offered prizes, some e-copies of her patterns as prizes for everybody this time around, which take a lot less time because we've removed me from the equation. To qualify, you must have your finished pair of adult socks posted on the Facebook group or in Instagram using the hashtag so that we can find you so we know you have entered into the contest for prize support. So as always, huge heart out and shout to Nikki Knits, who is the reason for the summer sock along because she designed 3 pairs of socks, 1 each themed after me and Diana. So a pair of Diana socks, a pair of Jocelyn socks, and then 1 after the podcast, which I think is incredibly telling about who we are as people, that we're comfy cozy house socks. The podcast is comfy cozy house socks.
I like that. I like that, what that says about us.
I like that. It's a vibe I can get behind. We've just started our winter gear cal. So for the next 3 months, so September, October to the end of November, every time you finish an adult pair of mittens, hats, toques, depending on what country you're in, headbands, cowls, balaclavas, shawls if you wear them as scarves, scarves if you wear scarves as scarves, stuff for putting on as the temperatures get lower and we begin to layer. So the idea is to make these smaller projects. So if you're making Christmas presents or you want a new set for yourself, this is the time. The rules for it are it must be color work-ish, which means, guys, it's going to look like color work. It doesn't technically have to be color work. It has to look like it's color work. So double knitting, intarsia, mosaic. There's entrelac. Like there's several options to pick from if stranded color work is not your thing. Totally fair. And then it must, as always, be adult sized. Diana's entry, because she doesn't get to enter for prizes, is her niece and nephew's mittens, but she's making the adult smalls anyway, so she's still technically obeying the rules. So it can.
I am indeed. I am obeying our own arbitrary rules.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's currently going on. That'll be the same entry points as it was for the other one. So entries for finished and completed pairs of mittens, hats, toques, headbands, scarves, balaclava. You get the idea, guys. Cowls. You know what I'm talking about. Will be either a posted photo in the Facebook group or posted photo on the Instagrams using the hashtag NKPWinter, GEARKAL. They can be crocheted. None of this stuff is restricted to knitting, guys. We just had to pick a letter for the crafting along, and we just went K instead of C, instead of M, we just went with K.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, for us, it's autopilot, so that's what we used. So there we go. Have I filled it up?
Our next live episode is normally on Sundays, but the next one is going to be on Saturday, October the 2nd at the usual noon Manitoba time, just because scheduling is a thing that happens to podcasters sometimes.
It is.
And then your next check-in with Louise, which is also alive, is going to be on Thursday, October the 7th at 6:30 p.m. Manitoba time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, itchy ears.
All times given in Manitoba time.
Yeah, it's just the time zone that works the best for people. So that's the one we use. All right. There was a festival, people. I bought things. This should not shock anybody.
Yes, let's have the acquisitions. And I'm going to take this earbud out because they are out of sync and that is weird.
Yes, it would be. I also
There's like a slight echo. It's terrible. I hate it.
Got gifted a apartment warming gift from one of the Patreon members. I got a sock tube.
Sock tube. Oh, it's speckly.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited.
Tube. Look at this. I got a cranked sock tube. I suck at picking up stitches. I'm going to practice. After Erin's come home from Knit City and she can rescue me.
Good plan.
So when they're drunk and kind of wrong, I can call for help. But how cool is this? I got a sock tube.
That's awesome. You can have a pair of socks so fast.
I'm gonna measure it out. I might get either a really tall pair of socks or like maybe 2 pairs of shorties, or like I have to figure out the best way to divvy up this sock tube. The sock tube.
Oh man, 2 pairs of socks. That'd be magic.
I like shorties.
Yeah.
Oh, with contrast toes, heels, and cuffs.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that'd be so fun.
Super delighted to get this. So thank you. Danko. So cool. Sock machine knitting is so freaking nifty. So nifty. That's not it for gift yarn, people.
Oh, there's more.
Hold on to your horses.
This is your acquisition show this week.
Hold on to your horses. Susanna sent me stuff in the mail. We know what's happening. I got more Karen cakes. I got more cotton Karen cakes. So freaking stoked. So freaking stoked.
So how many more sweaters worth of yarn did you get?
She sent the big box this time. She wasn't messing around.
Wow.
Was not messing around. And did I read these in advance? Yep. Do I remember what I read? Nope. So in Country Romance, I got 2 big cakes. big cakes.
Ooh, I like those.
Are they pretty?
Yeah.
No idea. But I got to figure out something to do with those. There's a lot, guys.
Oh my.
So I don't know if I will read every single label. I might read a couple of labels because it's a lot of yarn, guys. It's a lot of yarn, and I'm just want to cast on everything under the sun now.
Ooh.
Garland Oasis is another one. We just got like these really
That's a fun color. It's
these
orangey and
yeah.
they're so cheerful.
It's so exciting.
Love
It's
that.
just so nice. There's a couple of the smaller ones. So the smaller ones are like multiples, which makes sense, right? Like I would do the same thing, but where's the other big one? And then I don't know if that's more of the Garland Oasis. Then there's like this big one, and like check him out. Like look at those colors.
Ooh, that's fun.
Isn't that a fun color?
Oh my
I don't know what
gosh.
that one's called either. More, and then there's a bag where she's already split the Karen Kate colors into things. So they're already broken down into their color stripes. I'll show you what I mean here. Hang on. There's a lot of yarn.
So many things in this box. It's the
Still
never-ending
pulling-
box.
Still pulling out cakes.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. Here we are. Okay, box. Cat to play with. So like still balls of yarn, and balls of yarn, and they're really pretty. And then this one is, I still don't know why I tried to read it without the magnifying glass, guys. We both know this doesn't go well for me, and yet I try every time. Citronella, oh sorry, pumpkin spice. This is the fall one. It's already
Ooh.
splitted. So came in a baggie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nice Canada bag.
Very nice Canada bag. Because the colors are already wound up into individual ones. So it looks like it's two big cakes of the pumpkin. And they've been broken down into their color stripes.
Okay.
So I could match up each of this color stripes. So I could just have one color gradient rotation through a larger project. Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah. So I wanna do that. And make them obviously bigger versions of the smaller balls that they currently are. And it's fall, so I feel like pumpkin spice has to be cast on into something. What? I don't know.
All the things, everything pumpkin spice.
Maybe. So I got some pretty presents, y'all, and I'm very happy about it. I like working in Karen cakes. They're fun. They're fun, and one ran away, which is fine. I literally can't hold all of them up on screen. Like I got
There's so many.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and one fell over. Awkward pose.
Wow. Okay, so you're set for like a month or two at least.
I got yarn, guys.
Wow.
I don't know where I'm gonna put it, and I don't care. I'm so stoked. I'm so excited about this. At the moment, the little ones are gonna go back in the box till my cat pulls them out.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because this is already covered in yarn, guys, before we even start. One fell over. Yarn cake down. All right. Like it has to, like I have to make these into something. They're just so bloody pretty. All the presents. I am so spoiled this week. You guys have no idea.
Wow, no kidding.
So spoiled this week. It is crazy pants. Crazy pants. All right, so this really like Jocelyn. Start talking about the yarn you bought. Yeah. We're getting there. I was talking to the other Jocelyn about how I have one drop spindle. And the lady who's local here who makes drop spindles wasn't at a location I could get access to because she was at one of the locations just outside the city. And I, blind, I don't drive.
Yeah.
Nor would we ever want to let me drive because, in fact, we will never let me drive. It's a bad idea.
Oh, but I think that would be so fun.
Okay. If you ever make it home to visit again, we'll go out
Big
of the
empty
city.
parking lot.
Big empty parking lot somewhere during not busy periods, and you record it because someone's going to want to see that. Someone's going to want to see that. Hey God. I have so much stuff going on here. I don't even know what's going on here. Guys, too much stuff.
There's a great deal of industry going on just outside of frame.
Gosh, here it is. You don't like to record. My computer desk isn't that big, so it goes desk, and then I tuck my keyboard away, and I've got my stuff just offside of the keyboard here, and I pull the microphone down. But then it is drinks and yarn just to talk to you all the way across. So if I add purchases in, there's nowhere to put them. Nowhere to put them. So they get
I purchase the thing and then purchase and the thing and then purchase.
Guys, it's a thing. So what did the Jocelyn do? The Jocelyn brought me a drop spindle.
Nice.
So I have two now. I have two drop spindles, and that's a little drop spindle. So it's not as big as my other one. So it's a different drop spindle for me to use. And she makes them, and then she leaves them plain after they're all finished so that you can color them or paint them whatever color you want or stain them the color you want. So I'm going to ink doodle, which is something I have not done in a very long time. I'm going to ink doodle my spindle. Yeah. And then I'll seal it up so it's all we don't get any of the ink on the yarn or anything. So
yeah,
I have a new drop spindle. Isn't that cool? And yes, the lady who's here local in the city, we need to talk about ordering some of her spindles because she's making some medieval spindles. She's making different sizes of like the Galligans. Is that the one you use? Jelligans. She's making Turkish spindles. Like she's making a lot of different varieties and options.
Okay.
All the things. So you and I need to talk about ordering some stuff from her because that would be amazing. Because I know we occasionally go, oh, we'd like to try on that spindle. That's a job spindle. And no, she's got a lot of options. So that's a thing. Now we can talk about stuff I purchased.
Oh, now we can talk about the purchases.
This would have been worse. Like, imagine if we waited to do this till Monday, like more stuff had showed up in the mail.
Oh my gosh.
Never ending cycle, people. All right. In the realm of not yarn, but yarn adjacent.
Okay.
I got some flatter. I obviously went with the Pineapple Grove color. It is a freshen spray for your knits, for your wools, to help with the care of your wool between wash cycles, because you're not supposed to wash your wool that often.
Yeah.
So this helps keep a nice fresh smell to it without you essentially stressing the wool out by washing it. So in shock to nobody, guys, I bought pineapple and it smells like a nice pineapple. So it's a spray. So I'm going to try it on my wordage coming out of my mouth, simple hug this week, because it was outside, it was near people, it collected scents. So I'm going to set it up tomorrow and I'm going to give it a light mist as per the instructions on the bottle. I'm going to see how it does. So I'm going to give it a try out and see what it's like. Because you don't know till you try, right? And I'm like, it's pineapple scented. Let's give it a shot. What goes wrong? It's pineapple scented. As far as I know, nothing is going to go wrong. Because
definitely report back on your findings because I am interested.
Yeah, because it's just super nifty, right? Like just the idea that this is going to work. So I got to read the thingy. Keep your yarn neat and tidy with this handy yarn sock. That's right. You heard me. I said yarn sock. Like the weirdest things. I didn't find this. Erin got excited and saw this. They're like beer cozies only for your yarn.
Oh, okay.
Beer cozies only for your yarn. No? All right. So Smash Knits like Smash Brothers, Smash Knits,
Okay.
makes out of this wonderful stretchy fabric yarn cozies. And you picked it. I obviously picked the pineapple pattern.
That is cute.
I like pineapple. And you put it around the outside of your yarn balls, and then it keeps your yarn all in while you do your center pull out. So your yarn stays nice and safe and doesn't unwind itself as you knit.
Ah.
Isn't that a
And then
nifty
because
idea?
it's stretchy, it'll just shrink with the yarn ball.
It just shrinks or grows with your yarn ball and stays. Isn't that
Interesting.
cool? Nifty is all get out. I'm like super excited. Now, did I want yarn sock? Like also like look at her, the work they've put into the advertising and her
Yeah,
packaging.
that is cute packaging.
I appreciate a cute package, guys.
A plus.
I appreciate a cute package. So, which came out terribly dirty and wrong, but you know what I mean.
I mean, be nice if those were cute too.
Trying to find a ball that doesn't have too many strands coming out of it. Have it straight. Too many things going on. I don't always center pull my balls either, so it's a thing to keep in mind, guys. Do 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 do. As I work my.
I'm always afraid of I'm just gonna pull out a huge tangle of yarn barf. So I actually haven't done a center pull ball in quite a while now that I'm realizing it.
I'm not afraid. It's not the end of the world, but here you go. It's not center pulled, so I can't use it, but here it is around that hand spun. If I had a center pull.
Oh, that's cute. It looks like it's all snug like a little baby.
Yeah, it's all snug in there and it's not going to pop out anywhere. So I'm thinking if it works the way I think it's going to for my cakes and stuff, and I start doing center pull balls and I like it, I'll buy some more, and then they could sit in project bags next to each other and nobody's getting messed up with the occasional rubbing that happens in project bags. You see where I'm going?
Hey, maybe that ball of sock yarn doesn't get tangled around everything.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, I'm also very curious, and you should report back on these findings as well.
I will. It's gonna take a little bit for testing and stuff, but I'm gonna start with the acrylics because I actually center pull my acrylic balls when I'm making sweaters. So I'm gonna start with that and see how we do. And then obviously if it works on center pull acrylic, it'll work on center pull anything. That just happens to be what I've got center pull right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. So that was a wonderful find today. And Lenny was so nice. She's like, I don't have many options left, but she had pineapples. So we're good.
So obviously pineapples.
Obviously pineapples. Because man, do I love pineapples. And then I heard of a thing. I'm coughing. That's how dry my throat is. That's how tired I am from talking. Do I have phone operator voice yet?
Oh, goodness. It's been a weekend.
It's been a weekend. All right. So Sandra told me about this thing. It's called a heel first sock.
Tell me more.
Knit the heel first. That's right. You heard me. You knit the heel first, and then you grow the leg and the foot. So the heel is your start point.
I do not understand this geometry.
And I
this
saw
witchcraft.
This
voodoo.
I saw a heel first sock. She had made one.
I do not understand. How does this work? What is the sorcery?
I have not tried it yet, but boy, did I track down a pattern by asking Bodhi if I could have a copy of the free pattern. She said, yes, I could. And then I went, cool. I live in a province that gets very cold. I can certainly justify some enchanted grove alpaca finger sock yarn.
Yes. Oh, much
color.
yes. Much yes.
In
so
pumpkin.
Much yes.
In pumpkin. Look at that pumpkin. So
Big
Jocelyn's
yes.
about to make some very wonderful, ooh, I smacked the microphone with my yarn, some very lovely pumpkin colored socks for winter in alpaca. It's gonna be so warm. Which at -40, hello.
Yeah, that is something you want on your feet at -40.
Boy, am I gonna want this on my feet this winter. So that happened today because that was a thing. Guys, if I didn't have a budget, I would have bought all of her Surrey Silk rainbow colors. If I didn't have bills to pay, that would have also happened. Because
Oh, if only we didn't have bills to pay.
if only we didn't have bills, right? So I did some damage, not a lot of damage, but I did some damage. And then I did a lot of damage at Erin's booth because, well,
Well, yeah.
I don't even have all of it because one of it's a sweater quantity. So it's like, that's the color I want. Just whenever you get a chance, no rush. But for helping out and doing things, that means you're around a lot of fiber. So I bought some stuff. Well, I got some stuff because this was for working. So rather than paying me, she pays me in fiber and yarn.
Oh no, hardship.
Money. Difficulty, right? She's a wonderful woman, so she's always giving me more than I think I've earned, but she assures me I've earned it. So okay. I obviously don't argue that hard about it.
Oh my gosh, the bounty. The bounty. Oh my gosh, what?
This is all merino fiber braids.
Oh.
I like drop spinning in merino. I seriously punched the mic that time. Holy
yeah.
Oh, Hannah.
You're doing well today.
Oopsies. I didn't mean to do that, guys. So I picked up 2 of one color and then 1 of 2 other colors. Plum Believable, I think, is the one I got 2 of. Yes, because I only got 1 of the peacock and 1 of another one. So let me find the other Plum Believable somewhere. Nope, this is lilac. So this is Plum Believable. So here's the Plum Believable braids. And you can see why I picked them, right?
Yeah.
They've got this beautiful, moody.
It's like moody purple.
Moody purples going on in here. With just
I love those
going on, that I'm like, you're gonna be great. Which was why I was like, oh, I need another drop spindle. So like, this could not have been better timed if we tried. And then I was like, I'm getting 4. And I couldn't decide between peacock and lilac lake. I think lilac lake, little lake, no, lilac lake. So I got 1 of each because I couldn't decide between the 2.
Those are also pretty. I want to pet them. I want to reach through the screen and I want to pet them. I want to pet the pretty colors.
That's a thing that happened. Like I needed more fiber. Like I need more yarn. Let's be honest. I don't. Do I? Hey, look. So my housewarming present from Jen came in an envelope because she gave me that sock tube.
Nice. So if Erin ever comes to the Southern Ontario area to do a fiber thing, I
buy some stuff for you.
Oh, I will also, volunteer my time and some driving. I have a vehicle.
How is your booth babing? Can you booth babe?
Oh, I can. I can booth babe. We'll booth babe for yarn.
We'll booth babe for yarn. You do setup, takedown. They're long days. They're long days. And then,
yeah, I believe it.
Because of course I am. I picked up the shawlography color kit.
Of course you did.
Look at these colors.
I mean, yes.
Look at these colors.
Well, yes. I understand completely.
Look at these. They have to be a shawl, and they should be a Stephen West shawl, because that is how they'll be showcased well. So I've got some silent blue.
Cannot argue with you.
Cycle blue, steel blue. Don't leave me reading things.
Oh no.
Don't let me read these. So we got this beautiful blue. So pretty, so pretty, so pretty, so pretty, so pretty. And then we got some dark chocolate. Just look at that. Look at that chocolate. She told me how
I
she
want to
gets
eat
this
it.
color to work this way, which is why it's so lush and so beautiful. I'm like, gonna be. And then you look at the chocolate next to my skin color.
Yes.
Yeah. So that
Approved. A plus.
might have to
Cast
do.
on now.
Well, I'm gonna have to get the chocolate sweater quantity for my birthday, guys. I just spent a bunch of money on yarn. Big blue bus. Yeah, big blue bus is the blue one.
Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't that such a nice blue? This is her sweet pea sock base. So I love sock fur shawls. It works great. And then one of my favorite variegated octopus ink.
Yeah.
I love how this looks. It's so good. So good. And then the last one, because he recommended 4 pretty solid shades and then one kind of like lightly speckled variegated shade for it.
Yeah.
Because you'll be moving. He showed it and then he made sure in his video to say, and you'll be moving the shawls around, like the colors are going to be changing in order. So they all have to intermingle, okay?
Okay.
So, and then this one is Berry Kiss.
That's such a fun color. I mean, they're all fun colors.
Magenta,
oh, okay. So cast on now.
It starts in October. We're almost there.
Well, I don't care. Cast on now anyway.
I don't have the first clue. I don't know what I'm casting on yet.
Start with an I-cord cast on. They all start that way, don't they?
To message Stephen West. Well, Diana says I can't wait. You gotta send me the clue first. Early?
Sure, yes, I demand early access to Clue 1 for you so that I can knit vicariously
through me. Yeah. That's not going to happen, guys. But so apparently I'm doing that because, of course, I am. We had to know it was going to happen. I like too many of the shawls to be worried about it because the few shawls I don't like, it's so far and few in between where I'm like, ugh, no. All of them, I'm like, I would make that. I would wear it and I would enjoy it. I might not make it right now because I'm not in the mood to, but I like the format. I like the patterning. I think that, what he's doing is nifty. So I'm quite comfortable doing Stephen MCALs. So I really need to get Erin's shawl done because I need a set of 4mm needles free and that's it. That's in that shawl. Needs to happen. So that was for working. I got a bunch of pretties. It's a lot of work, but yeah, it's also really fun. And I love convention work, like that 10+ hour talk to people all day. You're tired, you have McDonald's breakfast with a coffee and you like start at what feels like the crack of dawn, and like day 3 you're dragging yourself out of bed because you're like, I hate this, I hate life, what have I done to myself? It's like deadline knitting. It's my happy place. I love doing it. I love doing it so much.
There's a certain degree of enjoyable pain to it.
Yeah.
I understand.
But there, I think I outdid you from last week.
Yeah, considering some of what I bought last week is yours. Yes, you have thoroughly outdone me.
Oh my god. And we're going to conventions next year. I'm a walking menace. We're gonna have to rent a van. That's the only way we're getting me and Louise home from the States.
Yeah, because we've now got like 4 of us going, I think. We're a full party of 4. Fit,
and our luggage will
fit in the hatchback.
And our luggage
but will fit, all of our stuff will not
fit. And there's no way we're not all overspending the first year back at Rhinebeck.
Yeah. 4 people, 4 suitcases, and then 4 extra suitcases for yarn are not gonna fit.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen, people. So yeah, we're gonna have to make sure we get a big vehicle for the 4 of us. Yeah. Well, cool. That's a thing. All right. I'm out of stuff to talk about.
And maybe we just rent a fancy RV and just camp.
I will look into it.
Camp. If in an
Glam.
RV, it's a hotel on
glamping.
wheels.
It's a hotel on wheels. So trust me, I'm going to be looking into all the options to make it something, because we're splitting the cost 4 ways. So I'm going to look at stuff so that we all have a nice, enjoyable trip and nobody has to be stressed about it. Because we know I like to plan trips
I
that
have
way.
driven a giant U-Haul truck in Toronto as my first Toronto driving experience, so nothing scares me driving wise anymore.
I would never do that to you. I'm also not your brother. So like I don't have the
Oh no, I
familiar
volunteered. It's fine.
links for that. All right. I'm done. I'm done.
You done? We're done.
I tend to buy all my stuff in the fall, and then I don't really buy anything later. So then I get Christmas present, and that's pretty much my yarn for the year. So other than the
Fair.
sock club this year, it's been my normal buying season is right now. Does that make
That's fair.
sense, guys? Yeah.
I feel like a lot of us pick it up more in the fall. Something about it being cold out makes us all go, "Hey, knits
Yeah.
are something that I want more of."
Fiber festivals are going on, so we replenish our supply from what we ate and started using the year before. Yeah, check out the new colors and stuff. Makes sense.
Yeah.
All the
And with stash
inspo.
grows, we replace everything we used and then a bit. Yeah.
Listen, it's a healthy hobby. I have many healthy hobbies, if we're honest.
Yes.
All right. I suppose that means we're on to books. Books.
It does indeed.
Books.
I have the same ones as last week. So I'll just blast through those pretty quickly.
Sure, that works.
Okay. I still have not finished the Gospel of Loki. Book club is in 2 days. I still have about 100 pages to go, which is totally doable. I just need to actually do it.
Yes, you do.
Yep. Don't really have anything more to add from last week. It's a retelling of Norse mythology. That's difficult to say. Norse mythology from the perspective of Loki in a modern voice, circa 2014.
That's modern enough.
Modern enough. Yeah. What else was I saying? Pride and Prejudice and Zombies is the audiobook that I listen to when I'm walking away from zombies because of the gamified exercise thing that we're doing at work right now.
All right.
It continues to be completely ridiculous.
It's Pride and Prejudice with zombies.
Yeah, it's like they're at the ball and it's like, oh, that's such a shame. So-and-so couldn't make it. They got eaten by zombies last week.
Nope, I'm not doing it. No.
It's not good, but it's very silly.
Hurts my brain.
It's very fun.
Hurts my brains.
And then blasting through yet more Critical Role. I think I'm on episode 135.
Hey, you're almost there.
I'm so close. I am less than 100 hours.
All of those last ones end on cliffhangers, and you're like, no,
I gotta know.
And I had to wait, so no sympathies.
Well, yeah, I usually end up finishing them at like 1 a.m, and it's like, I want to know now, but I have to wait till tomorrow.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yep.
I am gonna yawn. Long days. All right, I am finishing up the series slowly but surely, the Skolian Empire. I am on to book 10, so I finished Skyfall, which was book 9, and I am now just finishing up Schism, which is book 10 by Catherine Asaro, Asaro. I mean, I got like 15 minutes left and I'm done, so like
You're basically done.
I'm done Schism, guys. It'll be done before I go to bed tonight. And then I am just about finished reading Hench, and that I've already forgotten the author's name. Natalie
Zena. What is my writing? Well,
that's
wall
definitely
shots?
That's definitely not her last name.
Well, it starts with a W, and it sees to have a shots at the end.
Oh god. Her last name is spelled Walschots. Walschots?
Wall shots? I don't know.
Ain't pronounced that correctly. That's anyway, super cool. I think Diana would enjoy it. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It is written from the perspective of the henchmen. If henchmen for supervillains were hired out as temp agency workers.
This sounds wonderfully silly. I was hoping this would be something like that.
Oh yeah, it is. It's just they talk about how only a couple of cabs will deal with them because they realize to charge double because you run the risk of having your car crushed by a stupid superhero. There's different class of hench for what work you do. Some are strictly office temp people, they're HR. There's the IT guy who's on retainer, so he has to answer why the laptop won't turn on properly. There's
That's like the worst henchman job. Like, that's the worst job anyway. But to be like the villainous henchman, and it's like, have you tried turning it off and on again? And it's like, I'm an evil villain's henchman. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
And it's just the world from the perspective of the people who are like research and development for the evil and super geniuses. Like, make sure his taxes are paid and book his layers for his TV spots. And it's just the greatest thing ever. And from that perspective, the superhero never pays for the damages he does to the henchmen. They don't get to charge him with assault when they're injured because they just happen to be in the room because that's where their boss is. But they're laid up for weeks in the hospital because of,
I hope they have good benefits.
They don't. They're temp agency workers. They don't.
Oh.
So it's such it's a delightful flip on the superhero narrative. I'm very much enjoying it. I thoroughly understand why it was part of Canada Reads this year. And it just, so good.
That sounds wonderful. Okay, I want to read that. I'm adding that to my list right now.
Oh yeah, so good. So yeah, it's called Hench, and I was just like, so stoked that that's a Canadian author. Just super happy. But that's what I've been working on the last couple of days when I have been home and not out amongst people. So it's not finished yet, but I'll have that done by the end of the week because it just makes me laugh while I'm doing stuff.
Added to my list.
Yep. The best friend has a super scent, like she's a super scenter. So heightened sense of smell. She's hired to help make packages scent proof for like drug lords. But just like walk around regular life with like swimmer's nose plugs up her ears because like the coffee shop nearly kills her because there's so many scents. Like, could you imagine being that scent sensitive and just trying to live?
That'd be horrible.
Oh my god!
Actually,
oh my god, that would suck.
Like sensory overload all the time.
So much. So like, okay, cool. No, I would not want that job. I would not want. I mean, it's a niche job, but oh man, no, thank you. My nose drives me nuts as it is, and it's not super sensitive. So yeah, no, it's delightful. It's a delightful, enjoyable read. It's gonna get a 4 or 5. If it doesn't bomb at the end, it's gonna get a 4 or 5 for me on Goodreads because it's just it's one of those ones you're gonna like. It's like Gork the Teenage Dragon, or Witches Be Crazy. They just play with the genre, and I love when books play with the genre. I love when books play with the genre.
Sounds really fun.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So that's it for me for books.
I think that's it then.
Woohoo. Well, in which case, I will say this train wreck is done till next week. So I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit.
My heavens, my face hurts.
Well, we can be done.
Straight onto the pole. Just full on face plant. Didn't even
like cartoon, where did that pole come from?